Hello, hello. Welcome to Glassdoor Stories. I think we've done a few of these already, actually. So we actually did a lot of these. So this one is going to be. I actually got to check myself now. Yeah, so welcome to Glassdoor Stories. This is episode 7, so if you want to check it on out, I'll put a link at the end of the video as well, so you can check out the rest of the playlist. Let's get down to business. Let's check out what's going on in the world of the unemployment world, some crazy stories. Maybe we could check out the Burnout Bowl as well. And if you're new to Glassdoor Bowls, there are basically different communities on Glassdoor where different people kind of share their anonymous stories as well. So we could learn, level up, add some advice, and go from there. So let's see. We're in the unemployment bowl right now. Teaching assistant says, has anyone actually found a job through LinkedIn DMs? I'm thinking of messaging a few people directly, but not sure if it's a bold or desperate. Any tips? That's a good question. Let's see. There's like one comment here. I did. Someone from HR of a company reached out to me, and we proceeded to an interview process. After I sent him my resume, I ended up getting the role and worked there for a year and a half. It's definitely possible. That's pretty awesome. Now, it's not desperate. I know they have this thing called like hashtag desperate for the banner and stuff. I feel like that's a little tacky. You gotta just use the open to work banner. I know there's like a lot of bots and stuff on LinkedIn. Yeah, that's cool, but there's always good with a little bit of bad in it. It's like a yin and yang, good and bad, right? Naruto and Sasuke kind of thing, right? So leave the open to work banner up because recruiters actually use it and it's an official tool for LinkedIn. But anyway, this teaching assistant should definitely start DMing people as well. But when it comes to their approach, they need to have a leveled up LinkedIn profile, right? To showcase their skills and what they bring to the table. Because these companies it's a buyer's market right now. And there's a lot of people out of work. So you gotta step ahead of the pack and showcase your skills. I mean, if this teacher's assistant has like some video editing skills, they can make videos. I'm not talking about like TikTok dances and shenanigans. I'm talking about actually showing their curriculum, like how they teach students, their philosophies and things like that. It's very important in this day and age. You know, it's very important. So, yeah, this teaching assistant should definitely start DMing people, but they need a good following first. They need to connect with the right people, like heads of these schools, and follow them and add, value to their posts if they post, and be present, in their industry. But yeah, DMing people definitely helps, for sure. Ooh, there's a lot of exclamation points here. What does this receptionist has to say? Please beware of a company called Forland Properties, UK based. I signed my contract with them and submitted my personal details, and the company, or at least the person who I was speaking to, has gone completely ghost. Oh my gosh. Phone lines are closed, my messages and are no longer delivering. I haven't had any communication with them since Friday. And that was 2 hours ago. So that's recent. Even though I was told my first day was on Monday, please be careful and safe out there, guys. Wow. Did you give out any personal info? That would be a little scary. That'd be a little scary, to be honest. Hopefully that's not the case. But man, you gotta You definitely need to be careful on out there, guys. Like, there's a lot of scams going on. There's a lot of people that'll take advantage of you, and you got to be careful. You got to keep your third eye open. There's a lot of scams, man. There's a lot of scams, and with all this AI stuff like booming, scammers are getting even smarter. So this receptionist, I hope it works out for them, but man, that's a little brutal. All right. Oh, ooh, legal assistant. This was 6 days ago, and they said, I have so much anxiety right now. I have been applying for at least 20 jobs a day. It's so difficult for me to relax and take a day off. I have 30 years of experience. My God. Well, 30 years of experience and you're a legal assistant? Huh, that's a little strange. As a legal assistant slash paralegal, I don't know how to even stand out in the crowd in a crowded space. Sometimes I think they are not looking at me because I only have an associate's and certificate in paralegal studies and 30 years of experience, which is kind of interesting because they have associates, certificate and stuff, but 30 years experience and you're still a associate, like an assistant kind of thing. That's kind of strange. Should I save off some years? Honestly, the economy stinks. Sigh. Seriously, trying not to cry. Man. Man, oh man. But this one, contracts manager number one, high paralegal assistant. I disagree with the advice of leaving everything on your resume, which is very true. It's really important to showcase the skills that applies to the job that you're applying to, right? Like, for instance, I'm a recruiter, right? If they're looking for someone for sourcing skills, I'm going to specifically talk about the sourcing experience that I have in each of those experiences points that I have. If it's leaning more on like a marketing side of things, I focus in on the marketing techniques that I'd use when I was at my job, when I created like the 2 YouTube pages for my past company, that the one that laid me off. And I also made a one pager kind of thing to detail the onboarding process for new hires that's coming in, so the recruiting team could focus in on what's important, looking for people instead of helping them with onboarding paperwork. Because at the time we was doing full desk recruiting and onboarding paperwork as well, which is pretty intense. So yeah, you got to stick to your strengths when it comes to the role and kind of form your resume around the jobs and what these companies are looking for. So this contracts manager knows what they're talking about. Let me see here. Recruiters tell me that my resume is spot on. Okay, first I clarified that I work on projects, so I need to interview and get another job every 1 to 0.5. Okay, 1.5 to 2 years, and I have 30 years of experience. I almost always get invited to and almost always get the job offer. Recruiters tell me that my resume is spot on. That's because I have done a lot of resume research and implemented it. Here are my tips. Only go back 18 to 20 years. When companies see 30 years, they assume that you'll retire soon, which is true. Numbers is very important. Unfortunately, companies want these young people in the 20s and 30s. I'm 33 right now. Well, 32. I'm aging myself. Jesus. But yeah, they really want someone that's not like already 30 years of experience and well established. Unfortunately, that goes into ageism, which sucks a lot. But these companies, they don't care, man, which kind of sucks. Most of them don't care. Some of them do. Consistently, they are less interested in hiring you. Don't put things like your high school education on your resume. It is not relevant for someone with 20 years of experience, which is true, right? And to kind of bypass some of the ageism stuff, just put your college degree, of course. If it's associates, bachelor's, master's, whatever you have, and just remove the graduation date because they don't have any bias. Because some recruiters actually be like, okay, 1990s thing, they graduated, so they would be around their 30s and 40s. Not a good fit, too old. Some of them actually do that, which sucks. It sucks a lot, giving us recruiters a bad name, man. Don't put any years of education. If it goes back 30 plus years, be consistent. Consistent. I know what you mean here, but consistent and use education years for all or no experience base. Okay, yep, that's good. That's good. Don't crowd your resume. Too many details, especially if they repeat in multiple jobs, can be overkill, which is very true. All job details should be in bullet format, which is good because resumes, recruiters spent like 7.4 seconds on a resume, sometimes shorter in some cases if your resume is not formatted correctly, because us recruiters, we scan through them, and then once we say, okay, they have all the things that we need for the role, okay, now let's go back, and they take like 1 to 2 minutes to kind of really dig into your resume. And for those really, really good resumes, we oftentimes could spend maybe even 3 minutes saying, okay, yeah, this person's solid, I'm calling them ASAP. So gotta be careful with that, guys. Gotta be careful. What else this guy has? If you have multiple jobs with similar duties, move the task sequences so you don't have identical tasks in the first few bullets of the job. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a good one too. Ensure the space above and below sections, work and education in between jobs exactly the same, which is true. Good. The header should have your name, phone number, and email, but no email address because companies may assume you won't be interested in the job in a significant commute. Oh, but no address, huh? Interesting, huh? That's that depends. I put the city, I'll put the city there, but I won't put the exact address because it's not for safety purposes as well. But some jobs would like to say, okay, this person could commute and stuff like that. They're still going to ask for your address in some applications, so you can't even bypass that. Ensure your grammar is flawless, which is true. Refrain from cold terms and only abbreviations and acronyms if you wrote them to turn out, and add abbreviation to brackets afterwards, which is good because some of these abbreviations, different jargon in different places, people won't understand that, especially the recruiter in some cases. So it's good to kind of spell it all out for people so they have a good understanding of what they're doing, right? What kind of tasks that you're doing as well. Add a comma after every bullet except for the last for each. That one should have a period. More importantly, put your sections in the following order. Highlights, this should focus on achievements, including numbers. Yep, that's where the metrics come in. Yep. Skills, work history, education. Don't include objective or references. Those are recommended to very junior people only, which is pretty good. I like this. I hope this helps. Good luck. That's good. Perfection does not need a defense system. There will always be critics, which only makes you shine that much more. Oh, that's sweet. Sweet. But yeah, man, 30 years of experience as a legal assistant / paralegal. You definitely need to format your resume properly. I think this is why they're having a lot of issues here. I hope it works out for them. It could be really brutal. Let's go over a different one. Let's see here. What's this one? Writer's block. Ooh, this one. Carpenter. Let's see what they have to say. It's hard. I've worked in my industry for over 30 years, and all of a sudden, you're laid off. I applied to every job I could think of that I'm qualified to do, and no one will even look at me. I'm a sealed tradesman with a university degree, and all of what? Nothing. I've tried reinventing myself to see if I could do another line of work, which is smart, but no. There is certification for everything today, which is true. It kind of sucks. I feel like I'm being forced out. That all my years of work was for nothing. What's your thoughts? Asking, man. Let's kind of do the heart here. If you ever had 30 years of experience as a carpenter, it doesn't make sense that you can't get hired, which is true. They're probably not marketing themselves properly. I don't really know much about the industry hiring process. Companies that buy and sell real estate employ people in the trades. You could advertise your services, which is true. Going into your own line of work is a good cheat code for this. Honestly, you should be doing, and here's a real cheat code for you guys. While you're working, right? Build something on the side where that you could utilize your skills and network yourself on platforms like LinkedIn or whatever additional places that's out there that's around your industry, that where people congregate, people live, right? Because it's important. You'll never know when you get laid off. And that if you get laid off, then boom, you could have your side thing. In this case, your main thing there, building, networking with others, always having opportunities out there. This is the new game, man. The job hunting game and the work game has changed. Contact some of your former colleagues that might be able to help or give you some insight, which is good. That's very insight. What's the insightful one? Oh, that's just helpful. That's helpful. I've been doing that. It's really challenging here in Canada. He lives in Canada. Okay. I think he's meant my industry is being taken over by cheaper upskill workers. Ooh. The unions are struggling, looking for other areas to go back into till I can retire. Wow. That's maybe they need to get out of Canada, man. Get out of Canada, or better yet, learn what these underskilled workers are doing and showcase your skills where, yeah, I have 30 years of experience. It's definitely a marketing thing for sure. It's not just you. Many companies have put hiring on hold while they wait out the horrible economy, which is very true. I felt like that's what happened to me in some cases because, I survived one round of layoffs and I was like, man, I know my time is coming. I didn't know when. It was on Halloween. But yeah. And then the next following year, that's where the economy is where it's at today. Right now it was like June 19th, 2025, and the economy is in a very, very strange spot right now. So yeah, most definitely the economy cutting off people. Most of these companies, they look at their employees like numbers, right? They just say, oh man, our numbers are down in terms of our profits. Hey, payroll, pull up a report of people in the company, of their salaries, formatted from highest to lowest, and they just go down the list for each department and cut people. That's how they do it, right? It's the economy chaos that's causing this. Perhaps you can start your own handyman business. Once again, start your own thing. There are lots of people who need help with their homes. Maybe you can post on a Facebook group of people you need repairs their homes. Here's an example. Oh, and gives an example. That's a flip thing, man. Copywriter number one, you're the real MVP, whoever you are. You can set up your own page for free in your area. It's worth a try. Best of luck. See, now, and that's what I'm telling you guys. You've got to do your own thing on the side in addition to playing the career game, right? Playing the 9-to-5 game. You got to do that. It will put yourself out there more. You will network with a lot of more people. You will have more opportunities for you and yourself forever if you keep doing that. If you're just going to 9-to-5 and clocking in, clocking out, and going home and watching Netflix and playing video games without adding value, you're done. You finish. But that's just me. And that's just an episode of Glassdoor Stories, where I go over some Glassdoor Anonymous Stories and we talk about it, right? Let me know if you guys want me to do a live version of this. I was thinking of doing this live, but I gotta get a good feel of my time frames because I'm doing a lot these days. But I might post I might post something on LinkedIn where I just say, hey, I'm going to be live on these days. Would you be interested in coming out and, hanging out and talking about this stuff as well? So, yeah, I'll put that up on my LinkedIn this weekend. I'll do it this weekend. So I don't want this to go too long. I'm Dylan Lee, aka Dylan Digital, and this has been Glassdoor Stories number 7. So I'm going to post up the other ones as well so you can check them out and check out the rest of my content. I do job hunting tips and tricks with a video game twist to it. So you could level up on the job hunt and probably hang out with me, play some video games, and watch that as well. I'll see you guys in the next level.